it's like really late when I'm recording this. I don't know. I was like, this is definitely a good time to make a video. So we're doing it, I guess. Alright, here we are. It's been a bit, not really that long, because I said you guys should expect new content soon. So I had to record something. So my 4 movies that like completely changed me. And to clarify, this is from only this month, so it's not gonna be like any movie, that I watched, last year or something. They're just still fresh in my mind, and I still have a lot to talk about each of them. But I'm not, to clarify, I won't be spoiling anything, because I want you to watch these movies. I really do. Except maybe like one of them. When we get to one of them, I'll tell you why maybe you shouldn't. And number one is the most like crazy, the one that is like completely just like messed me up. And number four is like the weakest one. Barely it affected me. It was cool, but like didn't like negatively impact me. Starting at number four, Sinners. So I never watched this in theaters. Probably a mistake that I didn't. I mean, this movie is stunning. The visuals are some of the best I've seen like in any film. Like almost bringing tears to my eyes type of stuff. So if you still haven't seen this movie, please do. I mean, it's vampires and like the blues music. Like it's not really a horror movie, so if you're not like a fan of horror, then like still watch it. It's not. I wouldn't really call it a horror movie. Probably wondering like, do you only like the visuals? Is that it? Is that the only reason why you like the movie? No, no, no. Michael B. Jordan. So I ended up watching Creed 3 on the same day for some reason. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Michael B. Jordan is in this film, and he plays two characters, like he is simultaneously, like he plays two twins. And one of the best parts of the movie, I mean, they're like distinct characters. It's too late for this, man. And that was just cool. I don't know, like you have to be a really good actor to make that believable, and it really feels believable. This guy feels like two different characters, and something I didn't like about it necessarily was that for me, like I wanted more, I guess horror elements in the film, but there wasn't as much as I was hoping. That's basically like one of the only negatives I have about the movie, which is kind of just like nitpicking. It's just personal uh, gain. Like it's just like very subjective, I think. And the supporting cast really great too. I mean the music, yeah. I really like how they kind of showed culture. There's one scene specifically, kind of through like the one third of the movie, maybe. I don't think it's even halfway through the film. There's one scene where we see. I'm not gonna give it away because I want you to just go in blind, please. If you watch trailers already, oh well. But if you haven't seen trailers for this movie yet, somehow, then just go right now. I just want you to leave and go watch it because that's what I did. I never watched trailers. I just went in blind, and yeah, it's a good experience. It's definitely, yeah, it's great. So, and I know people have been talking about it all year, and people are probably like, really, you're another person talking about Sinners? It's actually good. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it is that good. Um, but hey, doesn't vibe with you. That's fine. I'm not gonna force you to place. Watch Sinners. Please, please watch it. Like, it's, please. Bong Joon-ho film. I mean, it is just a banner. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, this is my favorite Bong Joon-ho film, and this kind of doesn't count as a new watch this month because I kind of watched it a year ago, and this is one of my all-time favorite films ever. I'm speechless, bro. Like, I, the music first of all is like very like haunting, but like because let me give you a rundown of the plot. So then you know. So we got these two detectives. Probably should be remember their names or something, but to be honest, their names don't really matter too much until you get into the movie. Once you get into the movie, then like the names matter. But like when I'm talking about, like, do you really need to know the names? Like, not no, Like, I'm not gonna be specific about it. Like, just figure it out, man. It's not okay. So there's two characters, right? And first of all, like, my favorite thing about this movie is the cast. Like, they work really well together. So it's this basically like serial like killer that they're trying to catch, but like they have no evidence. Like, he's really good, and they can't find anything on him. And this is also back, and like, I forgot exactly when, but this is like before the year 2000. So like, technology and stuff wasn't completely at its peak now. Like, you couldn't only in America was there like good enough tech to like find these killers. And even then, like, if we look at Zodiac, like, he wasn't easy to find either. But um, and Zodiac Killer is also a good movie. I compare Memories of Murder and the Zodiac, very closely because Jack Gyllenhaal is great in the Zodiac. I love him. Like, I just like Jack Gyllenhaal. He's great. But Jake Gyllenhaal. Alright, so I guess I'm a fake enjoyer of movies because I can't even know his name, but yeah. Another side tangent, man. Memories of Murder. Please check it out. I mean, I'd really barely said anything about it, and that's pretty bad. This one more just like inspired me, or just especially that ending. So if you think the movie's kind of boring at the beginning, it's a slow burn. My first watch through, it was hard for me to get through it, but my second watch through from this month was like the most like blood pumping experience I've had. Like, I enjoy this movie so much now after rewatching it for the second time, and I know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's coming, but like, it's still enjoyable experience for a second watch. Like, that's when it's a good movie, is when you have good rewatchability, but like not too much where you're like watching it every week. And the visuals as well in this are very great. So a lot of the movie is very dark and gray. They use that on purpose because it's dark material and it's based on a true story. And these two detectives are trying to study this case, right, on this guy who's doing a lot of bad things to specifically women, specifically, and it just gets worse because it goes into detail on like the cases that this killer has done and stuff. And yeah, that's probably what messes you up the most, is that this killer is ruthless, like, and doesn't seem human. I mean, especially as you continue to go forward, like, this is some type of monster. How is this guy able to live with himself? And you're asking all these questions, like, and he needs to pay for his actions. He needs to get caught. And this movie really pounds in the fact that, like, can you really tell a killer apart from just an innocent man just by looking at them? The main character in this film, uh, he's always like about saying like, oh, I can see through people, and like, I have eyes that can like tell a killer from an innocent man, and it's like, does anyone really have that? Can you really see if anyone, like, can you really see if a killer is innocent, or if this guy is a killer? You can't. The thing is, you can't tell just by looking at them. Nobody can, because they look like ordinary people. They're walking around every day. Like, the person who's committed the most like crazy, who killed someone last week, he could be sitting right next to you on a train, or like, and like, your taxi driver could actually be like running a drug cartel. I don't know. I mean, like, it could be so many things. That's all. That's what the movie's about. And if you like stuff like that, and once you see the film, if you haven't already, please do.
Here's Osidious.
Where?
Right there. See? It's sort of a swoop and a cross. Osidious the emphatic.
This guy is sad, bro. This guy is really sad. Oh, this movie is sad. I mean, and the thing is, you can interpret it different ways, technically. But a lot of people like to interpret it, like, depending on who you are. Like, I feel like one thing that I've seen is, if people are in like a happy couple, or like in a good relationship, they look at it in a positive light. And then if someone broke up with someone recently, or is like, single, or they've had a bad experience with relationships, it's just Like, I'm not trying to judge anybody. I'm just saying I feel like this has to be tied to the movie somehow. And there's kind of two ways to think about it. Either, you're always gonna end up with, it could be the cycle of relationship where, or just letting go of their memories, and just cause like love didn't work out for them, um, doesn't mean that they would forget about it. And did they regret ever having that relationship because it didn't work out? No, they choose them again and again. They do it over 100 times, and that's what the movie's trying to tell you. That like this real love that they had, they would still do it even if it doesn't work out again. They'd still keep pursuing it no matter what, and that's kind of the theme of the film. Um, and you'll see it when you watch it. Okay, please do if you haven't. And sure, that's kind of the theme of the film, and it's kind of light spoilers. I can't lie to what I just said, but not really though. Like I didn't like give away major plot points or anything. Like that just kind of summarizes like what it's about. What it really is about, not just this plot rundown. Because then I'll be saying the same thing over and over. I'm not trying to give away too many plot elements. So there you go. Please do watch it. It breaks you. There's one specific shot. And if you know what I'm talking about, the one scene that, like, if you've seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. When he's just staring there, he's sitting in like a store, like some type of building. I think it's like some shop or something. A book. I think it's a bookshop. I can't remember entirely, even though I watched it this month. It's made my mind go blank. But like, he'll just be like, laying against there, staring off. I won't say because why. He just looks really depressed, and it just cuts, like cuts to him being alone. An insane shot. Literally brought chills when I first saw that scene. Anyways, I'm not trying to give away too much away. Great film. It's also one of my favorites of all time. Please see it. Alright, number one. This movie, bro. It is Elephant. Okay. First off, for watching this, being a high school student now, because I'm not, I'm not like some adult, but still being in high school age, bro, and watching Elephant, it's probably one of the worst decisions I could have made, low key, because this is the type of stuff that I worry about, monthly basis. And people get caught all the time in school with guns. Like, I've had people get caught with them all the time. There's like people get a lot who gets punished in some way, and sometimes they just get let free and still keep going to school even though they freaking brought like ammunition to school. And it's like, dude, does the public school system not really actually really care about our safety? I don't know. Like, it doesn't really, like, I feel like I see the person who, like, maybe they'll get locked up for a little bit, but these punishments are not enough for what damage they could have done to so many lives. Okay, I really think we need to be more strict on this. I'm not saying, that they definitely are mental and they need help. They're very mental and need help if they suffer with this. But they shouldn't be able to just go, you know, to juvenile. They should go to, like, in my opinion, they should go to like real prison. In my opinion, they should go to with all the real people and the real men. And I'm sure if it's that bad, they will. But even for people who just brought one in, who brought an actual gun in and it was going to do something, there's no way you're just gonna let them, have a light sentence for that. Because if nobody found out, they could have been lives on the line. And it's just heartbreaking, man. And that's what Elephant is all about. Okay, Elephant is not some light-hearted. It, bro, like, I was about to tears talking about this film, bro. It's about this guy. It's based off the Columbine. And, it's, when I first watched it, I had such a visceral reaction. throughout the first bit, it's a more of an immersive experience, and for being a high school student, this is, and for someone who graduated probably recently, probably still hurts them, and they're going to college. This stuff happens at colleges too, and elementary schools of all places. But this is about, it's kind of like based off Columbine, and it's directed by the same guy who made Good Will Hunting. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, so it has heart. It must be a good film, and it is. It is. For me to have such a awful reaction to a film and almost freaking break down trying to talk about it, that shows me how much an insane movie it is. And I'm never watching anything darker than this, bro. Cause, but I think really it's just about when you watch it. So if you're in high school right now, do not watch this film, please. This is for the oldies. This was a mistake on my part for seeing this early. It was not it. And yeah, it's about this kid, and we're kind of just going around the school, right? And we're seeing all these events. It's like captured in like one day or around this time frame, like maybe 1 to 2 days. It's just captured around that one period of time, and we're just watching them, like, and the camera pans around, and we're following behind them almost all the time. And man, I love the way it's shot. And if like character-rich stories, you're not getting that in this film. There's no good. There are good characters, but like you're not getting any development from them. You're not getting anything, bro. You're not getting anything. Like these are the most basic, flat characters you could have, but that's not the point. It's more of the immersive experience. You have to really just get into it, and it pulls you in. I was immersed from the start. You start building this like physical map in your head of the school. Like when you go to school, you create like a map in your head of where you got to go. The classes and stuff. It does that for you in one film. It's able to give you this like unlocking in your brain of the map out of the thing. I mean, there is one scene where it literally shows the map of the school, but like it's kind of to add to it. It's a scene where the two shooters are like planning what they're gonna do, because it goes to them as well. And some of my least favorite scenes in the entire movie, it is just so sad. And I was freaking yelling at the screen, bro. There's some scenes in here that are just there's some characters that just are so kind, or like they get bullied, or they're loners, and this one shows no mercy, and just they do not care if this person is lonely. Oh, they're dead. Doesn't matter. They're gonna die too. And that's the thing about it, is that these things are ruthless. They are senseless violence. In this film, probably probably the greatest film I've seen about senseless violence. About how all it does is destroy lives, and it makes no sense either. There's no point in any of it. It's all just because of a sick, twisted person who's given too much power. I know you're probably wondering what's with this lighting, dog. I don't know. I was like, huh, what could I do with the lighting? I'll probably change it up next time. It's just because I'm recording this late. But please let me know if you want more content like this. I'm so glad if you're here still, thank you. Thank you for staying. I really appreciate it. Um, and if you want more videos like this, and maybe, and hopefully if I keep making these, I'll be getting even better at it. So, wait, first though, please subscribe. Subscribe, please. Please, I want to hit 1,000 by the end of the year. 1,000 by the end of the year. And I'm going to keep making these every Monday. Every Monday, there's going to be a new film video. That's, just me ranting about whatever I want. But if there's a movie you want me to watch, put it down in the comments below. I'll watch it, most likely. As long as it's not like Elephant or something. And please put something lighthearted in the comments. If not, oh well, but please put something that's like, like a light movie. Because I need that right now. So, I'd much appreciate it. And let me know in the comments what do you think about these films, if you've seen them, and your thoughts. Or, we want a discussion, I want to know everyone's opinions on these. And And also, what are some movies that changed you as a person, or just like mentally like damaged you, things that messed you up. Let me know. Uh, yeah, but this is Larry Bean, and that's about it, man. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please, and all of that. I know it sounds like I'm begging or something. Subscribe if you want to. Then there you go.